Hey guys, Recovery Jeff coming to you from my hometown, somewheres in upstate New York. I'm just doing a little short video here on, I guess the topic I want to cover today is what to do if you relapse. What to do if you relapse. I'm rocking my son's shades today because I couldn't find my own, but these are kind of cool. So I get this a lot. You know, I've been working in chemical dependency for, roll up the windows here so we can hear. I've been working in chemical dependency since 2003, off and on. Been in recovery a long time myself. And so the question, what to do if I relapse, has come up, numerous times, not just for my clients, but for me as well. And I just want to talk with you today about that. For somebody who's recently relapsed, it's a terrible experience. It's discouraging. There's all kinds of shame involved. You beat up on yourself. You think everybody hates you. You think the world's pitted against you. It's just an awful, awful experience. We beat up on ourselves more than anybody else is gonna. Put an asterisk there. Maybe there's other, probation might beat up on you, parole might beat up on you a little more than we beat up on ourselves. But typically speaking, I'm talking typically, we are worst, are the worst judge when it comes to this. So I want to just give a little guidance as to what to do if you've relapsed. Here's another quick issue I want to address. We try to avoid relapse at all costs. Relapse is a dangerous scenario. Some people die due to a relapse. If some people overdose, some people, get in a drunk driving wreck. Some people hurt themselves or somebody else. So we try to avoid relapse at all costs. I want to be very clear up front about that. And the reason being, it can be deadly. It can be detrimental to ourselves, other people, harmful to our families. It's not something we want to do by any means. The struggle and the journey of recovery is shaping our lives in such a way that we're no longer, putting ourselves in a situation where relapse is a factor. We'll touch more on that later. But let's say you have relapsed recently, or even today as you're watching this video. What I want you to know is that there is most definitely still hope for you. Quit beating up on yourself. You have a disease. If you are a true addict, which you are if you're watching this, fairly certain, and you relapse, listen, you've got a disease. This does not mean the game is over. It just means that you've had a return to use, and you are, the battle's not over. Okay, so I want to be very clear about that. Like obviously it's not okay to relapse, but if you have, we try to avoid it at all costs. But if you have, it's okay. It's I don't know if it's okay, but it's, you lived, you survived, you didn't hurt yourself or anybody else, hopefully, and now it's time to, do a little soul searching. Okay, what was it that, triggered me? What tempted me? What factors came into play to bring this about? Have I been harboring this relapse episode for a while? Has it been building up? Or is this something that just came out of the blue? Which both scenarios are fairly frequent. I mean, fairly normal, I guess. And I just want to be an encouragement to you guys. Don't give up the fight. Like, the worst thing you can do is stay out there. We always say in group and stuff, and I say with my clients, like, the worst thing you can do is stay out and keep using. That's the worst thing you can do. Don't do that. Get yourself staying in your addiction. Get yourself back on track immediately. Talk to somebody about it. I know it's not easy to do. It's uncomfortable. Admit it to a sponsor or a close friend or a loved one. Like, it could go something like this: Hey Joe, man, I had a relapse and I feel really bad about it, and I just had to tell somebody so that I gotta get out of my head. I gotta get on with life, and I'm just so you know, I'm trying hard and I'm committed to this path of recovery. Okay, so like, hey, that's what you want to do. You don't want to wallow in it. You don't want to beat up on yourself the next 3 months. You don't want to give up. You don't want to be filled with shame. Shame is like the worst thing. One of the worst things for a recovering addict is to be, just immersed in shame. And so what we do is when we get knocked down, if you are in recovery, you are a warrior, man. You did not ask for this. You did not ask for this disease that you have. It's like saying somebody asked for diabetes, Like, nobody asks for diabetes. Nobody asks for addiction. Like, there's definitely a mix of factors that come into play that make somebody an addict, whether it's genetics, whether it's upbringing, whether it's environment. All of them come together in various ways to make an addict. And typically I would say there's a genetic component to that. You didn't ask for it. So I'm going to encourage you, man, get back up and keep fighting. Don't lay down and die. That's the last thing you're going to want to do, is lay down and die and say, get the efforts in and quit, man. Don't quit. Like, I think sometimes it's the, in a weird sort of way, sometimes it's a relapse that's going to teach us, how to finally make recovery stick. And what I mean by that, I'm not saying go out and relapse so you can learn recovery. I'm saying if you had the misfortune of relapsing, we'll take a look at why. Why did it happen? Why did you relapse? Like, where is the kink in the armor? Where's the hole in the boat? Like, a relapse shows us where those things are. And so now you know, and now you can address that issue. Maybe it's a lack of social support. If it's a lack of social support, go get some. Maybe it's a mental health issue. Maybe I'm depressed all the time, so alcohol or my addiction's the only thing that makes me feel better. Go get help for that. Go see a counselor. Go find a good doctor and try some prescribed mental health medication. Adjust your diet and exercise. I can't say this enough. Go get some exercise, eat a nutritious diet, and get enough sleep. Those are all huge factors in our overall health, in our overall recovery. So, these are just some ideas, but whatever you do, stop beating up on yourself. like you're gonna feel a little guilty, and that's okay. Like, yeah, you know, when we relapse, there is some guilt associated with that. It's okay. It's okay to feel guilty. It helps us to change our behavior. What you want to watch out for is shame. Shame says things like, you'll never get this. You are a loser. You know, like you're never going to be able to figure this out. You're just like your father. You're just like your mother. You're never going to figure it out. Blah, 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 blah. That's bullshit. That's not true. Don't buy into that, man. That's the addiction talking. That's the disease talking. You got this. Like, get some help, man. Like, talk to some other people in recovery who've been there. Go to treatment. Get a counselor. You know, by the way, I'm writing a book pretty soon. It's called Conquering Everest. It's going to be called Conquering Everest. And I've been working on it for a long time. It's a recovery book. And look out for that, because it's real simple about how to work a successful recovery program. And it's coming real soon, so keep an eye out for that. When it's done, and I'm taking a week off here in a couple weeks to finish it, I'll put up a link up or something, but it's real easy. It's real straightforward. It's all about just the basics. There's nothing fancy. There's nothing, you know. I would say in recovery, it's the ones with the high IQ that have the most trouble. This is not rocket science. It's really easy. Well, I shouldn't say easy. It's really simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. And hey, if you need help, man, reach out to me. Just reach out to me. Put a comment down there. Give me some way I can reach out to you. Give me an email, or I don't know how this YouTube thing works very well, but private message me or something. You'll probably know how to do that. And if you really need help, just get a hold of me. I can try to help you. If I get 50 million, you know, requests, I might not be able to help everybody, but I can try to help as many as I can. The last thing I want to say is just don't give up, man. A true warrior does not give up. You are a true warrior. If you're in recovery, you've fully committed your life to recovery. You're a warrior, dude. And you need to get up. Don't lay down and die, man. Don't lay down and die. You got to find whatever it takes in you to get back up and fight like hell another day. And you're going to have to wake up the next day and fight like hell another day, just for today. And then you're going to have to get up the next day and fight like hell until you've got some breathing room. And that's part and parcel what this takes. So I love you. Bless you. Reach out to me if I can help you. Please like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know, I'll be making more of these videos. I really enjoy sharing my knowledge about addiction and recovery. I'm taking a little hiatus from the recovery field, addiction recovery field, for a little bit. I'm going to mental health. I'm actually a licensed mental health counselor in the state of New York, but I'm going into more of a mental health role, although I'll still be doing some recovery work with some clients and in various ways. But like I said, I'm having that book, so take a look at that. It's going to be called Conquering Everest. Something to do like with you know, finding success in recovery, something like that. I'll put a link up when it's done. I'll probably self-publish it, and I'd love for you guys to support what I'm doing with that by picking up a copy. I'd love that. So love you guys. God bless. Keep fighting. Don't give up. You know, this is one of the hardest things that a human being can do is recover from an addiction. But but it's definitely worth the battle. It's definitely worth the blood, sweat, and tears. You will not regret it. The whole world is waiting. Your whole life is waiting for you to reach this summit. And unlike Everest, where you reach the summit and it's just dead air, and other people trying to bump you out so they can get a selfie, at the top of the recovery summit is everything, man. It's your life, it's your wife, it's your kids, it's your, you know, it's career success, it's self-worth, it's self-esteem, it's there's beauty as far as the eye can see. There's real life, like there's still going to be, life is still going to be happening, but it's, you know, we can now deal with it due to the fact that we're in recovery. So don't give up, keep fighting, man. I'll help you, find other people that'll help you. Don't give up, man. It's so worth it if you can just stick with it and not give up. It's so worth it, okay? So I hope this encouraged you guys. I just hope that you don't give up. Whatever you do, don't give up. Keep fighting. Get right back on the horse here like a true warrior and keep fighting, okay? You can do this. You can do this. Don't buy into the lie that you can't do this. You can do this. You just may need some help. You may need to do things a little differently, but you can do this, man, okay? Bless you guys. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye.